Here's Wilson, and on the right circle, he scores!
Rebound loose, wild scramble in front, score! Ovechkin with a buzzer beater! It'll count!
And a hat trick tonight, number 21,
Spectacular! Braden Holtby!
Hello and welcome once again to the Power Play Point Podcast. I am your host, the Blue Liner on Point. Bid you welcome all Caps fans around the globe, especially in the District of Columbia, the state of Maryland, and the Commonwealth of Virginia. And speaking of the Commonwealth, here is my ever-popular co-host, the beautiful, wonderful, extremely talented teaching mermaid mentalist, my co-host and yours, Anna-noyance.
Gil, I don't know. You're really good for my ego these days. It's nice. All right. Hi.
Hi to you.
Playoffs.
Playoffs, yes. Yeah. Gotta love it. Gotta love the stomach churning,
right?
Fat
Heart
burning,
palpitations.
palpitating,
yeah,
masturbating.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
I can't think of any other. My mind is just
It's full moon. You've just gone there.
Well, I go everywhere with everything.
That's true. No, it's true.
And
it's true.
Yeah, gonna have to have me one of these here. Yeah. Oh.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah, my go-to. And it's playoff time, so I'm going to do a bit of a chaser here. And so this is the Make Anna Puke portion of the show.
Oh, is it something fruity?
I'm doing a chaser here brought to you by Blue Chair Bay Rum Cream, specifically Key Lime Rum Cream.
Ugh. Gil, see, this is why we never meet for drinks. Because you would want some weird concoction with an umbrella or something, and I would be like, hey, what's on tap?
No.
I'm kidding. But really, key lime, gross.
Key lime rum cream. And it tastes just like key lime pie in a bottle.
Right, which is gross. Do you really like who likes key lime pie?
I love it.
Do you?
Mrs. Blue Liner loves it. I know a lot of people love it.
No, it's too tart. Well, I'm not a dessert person anyways. I'm all about the salt.
Country time lemonade. Not too tart, not too sweet, just good. You know what else is good? The Caps getting past the first round.
That was... It was an eye roll. Did you hear it? Did you hear my eyes roll?
Oh, from here, yeah.
I'm just that good.
And I'm
just that good.
30 counties away.
I know. Damn. Again, this is why we don't go live anymore, because I can't.
Anymore?
Maybe we will. We may have to tomorrow before the game, because now that we've done it. And they've
retiring from that?
I don't know. I might. Got 100 people looking at it, and I'm like, whoa, what is everyone thinking?
Everyone's not thinking. They're laughing.
Yeah,
which they should.
Exactly.
Because at the Triple P, that's what we do. We entertain the Caps fans while they sit clutching at their jerseys and their significant others and whatever toys and entities and items they have at their disposal to keep them throwing them at their respective TV sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's us.
That is us.
Anyway, so let's get to the hockey. And, of course, as everybody knows, obviously, the Caps are on to the second round, and they did it by basically performing the... You hear this? You hear this? That's the sound of me sweeping crumbs off of my couch. There are quite a few of them. But the point being, essentially what the Caps did was a sweep of the Columbus Blue Jackets after dropping the first two games. Ooh, pardon me.
Then it's not really a sweep.
Well, it is a sweep. It is 4 straight games.
Okay.
That's
Go
what they
on.
did.
Yes.
And beautiful
I'm
masterpiece.
kind of grossed out.
Grossed out already?
Yeah, the crumbs on the couch. What are you eating?
That's just it. I'm not eating. That must have been from last night.
Okay. Go ahead.
Anyway, yeah, if Bella lived here, she'd be well fed. Tell you that.
I'm sure she'd be overweight and loving life and be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna follow Gil around because, well, she's happy here with Avery who drops things all the time. So it's like awesome. So yeah,
Hey,
all good.
she drops food, you drop f-bombs.
I know it's the perfect pair.
Whole lot of dropping going on.
I have been better. And I
Okay.
apologized. I did.
That's fine. But we got that nasty gram from Mr. Mermaid from Ian.
Oh, it was not. It was Mr. Mermaid. Yeah, he didn't probably not like that name. No, he was just trying to push my buttons because he knows there's nothing new. He's just giving you a hard time. You just don't know his humor yet.
Okay.
All right, hockey.
Hockey, yes. Okay, Caps beat Blue Jackets 4-2. John Tortorella heading for the unemployment line as we speak. That's good. That's good. Very good thing. Okay, so on to round 2, and yes, there have already been, unfortunately, for the timing of the show, I kind of wanted to start with a clean slate, but it didn't work out that way because, well, Anna and I both, work for a living. So, yeah, could not do an actual podcast beforehand, so here we are in our regular time slot. The dreaded flightless birds from the town that makes really smelly steel and gets paid a lot for it. Once again, and we know how it's gone in the past, but as I like to say, this is a brand new day, brand new year. So they've split the games 1-1, and we're going to do a really fast recap of both of those games. So, game 1, same story as the first 2 games of the previous series, where they take a flying leap out to a 2-0 lead. And so I am trying to recover the box score here in the app, and yeah.
Well, basically, yeah, we went forward and we were up 2-0. No one scored in the second on either team, and the Pens come back with 3 goals in the third. So it was like the hell, and like everyone was saying, social media and whatever else, we played a good 55 minutes and blew it the last 5.
Perfect summary, and on the spot there. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
Now here are the particulars. Now that my app is finally deciding to work, Captain opens the scoring 28 seconds in,
Yep.
with a beautiful snapshot over the glove hand of Matt Murray.
No, you have the wrong game.
No, I have the wrong game. Oh, no, you're right. 28 seconds into the...
That was yesterday. The first game was 17 seconds with
yesterday.
Kuzi.
Just a slight
What would you
change
do
of
without me?
plans. What indeed? You are dead right. Where is my timing? Okay, now I'm in the right game.
It's a full moon. You know what's happening right now is it's like we've switched roles. Like I'm super calm. I don't think I'm going to swear this episode, and I've got all the stats, and you're like goofy drinking. It's like we've taken on each other's personalities.
No, I was half right. I had the right time. I had the right time. I had just had the wrong goal.
No, you didn't.
I had the wrong. Okay, Ovechkin scored. Kuzi's goal was the okay. Kuzi's goal was the opener. Yes, but Ovechkin did score 28 seconds into the third period.
Correct.
For the 2-0 lead.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, and then Mr. Hornyquist brings it to 2-1. And then that's when the wheels started coming off. And then Crosby gets that stupid lucky bounce. And then Jake Gensel scores 2 minutes later. His turn to give tips. Excuse me. And he actually pots the game-winning goal. What turned out to be the game-winning goal. And okay, let's see. All right, so Caps for the total game outshot the Penguins 34-25.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, I didn't think this was true, but they actually outshot the Penguins in that last period 18-8.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of kept myself busy because I was in a state of utter disgust. So I decided to do something I rarely ever do, and that's clean my bathroom, which is about 20 feet away from the TV. And so Mrs. Blue Liner's keeping tabs on me. I didn't hear her a whole lot, so I had just assumed that they lost, which they did. But then she comes back and tells me, "Wow, you missed this. They had a flurry of shots. Murray had to be really great. Blah blah blah." Like, okay, well, fat lot of good it did. Hate to say. But yeah, like you said, they played a 55-minute game to perfection. The only problem is hockey matches are 60 minutes long, not 55. So that was what was wrong with that game. Otherwise, they pretty much had it. Okay, so now on to the most recent game from yesterday. And okay, so this is the one where Alex Ovechkin, the captain, begins the scoring 1 minute 20 seconds in with a wrist shot. This is the wrist shot. This is the wrist shot that goes over the net. No, not over the net, but into the net, over the glove hand of Matt Murray.
Over the shoulder.
To open the scoring. It was more actually over his glove hand.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Let's run Mr. Replay here after the annoying freaking ad runs.
Pretty sure it was over the shoulder.
Gotta get your motorcycle insurance. Yeah, Geico sucks. There's another sponsor we've lost. Okay, so watching the replay. All right, come on. Okay, so he grabs the puck. And it's 1-0 Caps. Yeah. Okay, so. All right, grabs it from center. No, looks to be over the glove hand.
Okay.
Yep, right over the glove.
Okay, I thought it was over his shoulder, but okay.
Well, it's kind of over his shoulder, but he waved his glove at it, and it well, okay, it's glove side.
Okay.
Definitely that hole. Okay, and so we're breaking down the game here, and so that's the opening goal. And so towards the end, about 15 minutes in, Caps get a power play. And what did you say when we went live earlier that day? What did you say about a certain someone that needed to have a good game?
That Vrana needed to have a good game. It was his turn.
Who?
And Jacob Vrana.
Who?
Stop. What do you want me to say? Number 13.
I'm like that owl on the...
Yeah, but it's annoying.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm doing my job then.
Yeah, you are. Like, my meter's going up, so there you go.
Yeah. I'm sure the fans are liking that. Okay.
God.
Another sip
yeah, go ahead. You chug-a-lug, Pooh Bear.
Rum cream. Oh,
so
it's like
disgusting.
key lime pie in a bottle.
How do you... No.
Yes.
No.
Key lime pie in a bottle. So good.
So gross.
So, Jacob Vrana.
So, Vrana. Yeah. So, I said in the live that I was really hoping he was going to have a kick-ass game. and he did. And I was saying DSP was going to have a good game. Oh, hell yeah, did he. And Kempney and Carlson. I think it was those four. And I was like, yeah, I was impressed. Like, my skills really kicked into to their witchcraft mode.
So DSP and Carlson had more of a quieter game where you didn't hear them on the score sheet, but they did all the little things they needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But
DSP was all over the place, and then honestly, when he got in the box and he's going at it with Hornquist,
oh no, he did his job. His main job is to be a pain in the patootie to play against.
Yeah.
And he did that to perfection. If you can get Patrick Hornquist to start jawing at you, you are doing your job.
Oh yeah.
Back to Mr. Vrana. I mean, it's like free hot dogs. You got to hand it to everybody. I have to hand it to you in that you did call him out by name. And I have to give you all kinds of mad credit for it because, I mean, nobody else out there is saying, yeah, Vrana's the X factor. He can make the difference. He can be the game breaker. Lo and behold, what he gets ends up being the game-winning goal.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm gonna fight.
We should just stop the show here because I'm feeling really awesome about myself right now.
Well,
I got that intro. I'm kidding. I've pulled for number 13 and then wasn't happy when they, he was a healthy scratch there for a while because he wasn't, okay, whatever. He was a healthy scratch. But when he came back, damn, did he prove himself. And he is just fighting. He's earned his place on the line. He's kicking ass. And what I really admire about the kid is he missed that first goal. Like, I don't know if it hit the pipes or whatever it was. And he was like, he was so pissed. And he went right back out and hit that goal. And it was awesome. And how many people can have their first NHL playoffs goal with an assist by Braden Holtby?
Oh, heck yeah.
It's brilliant. So I'm proud of you, 13. Keep it up.
And that's because he did a lot of the work.
Yeah.
And he was helped out by the Lars giving him the assist.
Mm-hmm.
Praised be. But, I mean, I'm looking at this replay. Look, I could not be prouder of this kid as well. I mean, look at him. He's if you look at the replay, he does all the work along the boards. He's carrying it after the pass from picking it up from Holtby, carries it into the zone, fights off a defender along the boards, gives it over to Eller, and then this is my favorite part. He, and this was what I was afraid of with him, but he skates into. He earned his master's degree in trigonometry and trichomology, as far as I'm concerned. He skates into a triangle of Pittsburgh defenders. Okay, skates right into the Sharks' den to get the puck and put the shot on net. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, Caps fans. Watch the damn replay.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to not be impressed about. And that, so he goes into the Sharks' net, braver than the guy who got past the guard dog wearing nothing but a steak skirt, and then shoots a shot sweeter than the gummy bear that drove into the honey pot. I swear, something beautiful to see, and I just about hit the ceiling when I saw that goal. And that's
yeah.
And that's when I knew, okay, they keep this up. They keep up that kind of effort and skill. They've got them.
Well, that's what I've been saying all along is that we have no one's doubting the skill of, Kuzi and Backstrom and, any of the vet players. No one, I mean, Jade Beagle has rocked it. Super happy with him. But you've got these younger guys, and it's like we just need that speed and that stamina and that skill the mindset, just out to kill. And Frana's got it. Like, you could see it in his eyes. That kid is just not going to give up. The moment the skate hits the ice, he's given it everything. And I'm hoping it's contagious, because that's, they need that kind of energy. And I think I was so freaking proud of him.
As was I, and that it was awesome. It was awesome to see. And then Brett Connolly gets another goal to put them up 3-0. Okay, so we've gotten past the dreaded 2-goal lead. Now we're on to a 3-goal lead.
Right.
And that, it was a thing of beauty. And then came the third period.
Right.
And
fucking Letang.
Well, I mean, look, the Penguins did what they had to do. Okay, they fought back, but and they ended up getting 1 goal back. But I heard a lot of this.
Okay, I get it.
Huh?
I get it.
What? I can't hear you over the Caps backing up into their own zone.
We're not doing the podcast anymore. We're going to go live, because then I don't have to deal with the sound effects. How's that? Or you'll probably still do it. You'll still have whistles and other things going on regardless. All right. Yes.
You get my point, though, right?
Yeah, all 10 seconds of it. Yes.
I saw, okay, obviously it didn't sound like that, but I saw way too much of that.
Right, I agree.
In the third period. Not a lot of aggression, not a lot of taking the play the other way. Mm-hmm. Okay, I felt like I was watching Kurt Russell as Herb Brooks in Miracle. You don't defend them, you attack them, and that's what they should have been doing. And
right.
they weren't doing it.
I felt like in the first 2 periods there were so many amazing plays in which they stole the puck, they brought it. They looked so good those first 2 periods. By the third period, I was getting a little bit concerned that it was getting sloppy.
Oh, it was getting way sloppy. It was getting sloppier than a 2-year-old at a buffet.
Okay, are you going to do that this whole podcast?
Do what?
Those little sayings. It's like bad country songs or something. It's like you've got a whole list of these things that you're sitting on to be like, which one's going to irritate Anna now? Like, no one talks, right? And it's working. Apparently, it's bravo, Gil. Yes. But no, they did. They looked sloppy. They looked, again, my concern was you look sloppy, you make careless errors, but also you're trying too hard.
Yes.
And that's where I was like, whoa, what's with this shift? Keep it together. Calm yourself down already. Like, don't let the first game's done. It's out of your head. We've moved on. Second game, now's not the time to lose it again, because we're overthinking, overplaying, overskating, overshooting. Just stop.
And I know you don't take shift from anybody.
I don't. Like, and we've talked about this a couple of times, a very mellow person. But back me in a corner and start being an a-hole about something, and I'm going to stand my ground. There you go.
Yeah.
So,
this is true.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise, I'm like, the peace and love and the world a great place. And then you poke the bear, and it's like, that's it.
Yeah,
Bring it on.
Right. So in all seriousness, though, looking at the shot stats, it actually started in the second. Pittsburgh outshot the Caps 16-6. 16-6.
Yeah, so that's not
in the second, and then 7-6. I don't know. I don't know if the Caps were trying to become Satan worshippers because they were stuck on that number.
Right. Well, what was it? I mean, think of the statistic. in what was it, the third period of the last game, or was 16-1. You know, it's like, come on, like, and I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is with this team. They just cannot finish well.
No, and it is, it's, and the worst part about it is the teams know, like, like we're to come out, explode on the ice, everyone's amped up, and then nothing, and it's like, well, it's the guys who can, keep an even keel through the whole game and then completely kick ass like the last 10-15 minutes that win. So we need to find a way to take some of that energy in the first and spread it out, because what happens, like we just said, sloppy plays and just overthinking.
Yeah, I would agree, and that I don't know.
Not keeping it positive.
Well, I am, and to that end, I'm going to start by talking about something that has become a good thing, and for the Caps, at least the last few playoff games, and that's the karma effect. A lot of fans, especially those of us that have watched the team forever and followed the history. And I'm going to break my own rule here and quote Smokin' Al Koken, as I heard him talk about on a different Caps podcast once. But basically what he said was, in the playoffs, a lot of goofy shit happens, and unfortunately, that stuff has come against the Caps. And I think it's good to see that stuff is turning around in our favor. Stuff like the goal being called back, and the series of penalties. And I don't know. It looked like I don't know. It looked like for a while there. I don't know. I wasn't sure that anything was going to go our way.
Right. Well, because we have, I mean, if you think about all the ridiculous stuff that, we've gone through, as a team, and the penalties, and how many times, my boy Tommy's been in the box for stupid calls and whatnot, to my big payback, my big, like, bow down to karma moment when they put Crosby in the box last night in the sin bin, because that's what we needed to do to say, yes, this is what it's going to come down to. We're going to play fair, and everyone who's on the ice right now, if you do something that deserves time, penalty time, you're going to be in the sin bin, regardless of what your name is, regardless if you cry, regardless if your coach is being freak on the side. It's like, come on. So that's, to me, I was like, hey, that's what we needed to say. Like, we're not going to go into this knowing that they are the automatic favorite. We're going to come in and hold our own.
No, and that's very true. And it's very heartening to see stuff like that turning around. As I said, especially when you consider the clinch game against the Blue Jackets. So many of those calls going against it. You could count them on the fingers of 5 hands. That's 1, no, 2, no, 3, 4 bad calls by the referees.
I'm gonna punch you next time I see you. Yes, it was bad, but I think yesterday I think they were fair calls across the board. I really do. And I will say that, sorry, I'm pouring myself into the drink. When in Rome,
And again, this is the effect I have in the women on the women in my life.
That we have to drink. That you drive us to drink.
I do a lot of driving. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry I do that, but makes things interesting, doesn't it?
It does. Well, because what happens is, like, we can get irritated with you, and then we have a couple drinks, and then it's like, oh, Gil. And then we could just shake our heads and be like, moving on. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, usually it's me drinking that makes things more tolerable for others.
True.
But,
It's like it brings out a relaxed Gil, a chill Gil.
But
chill Gil.
it's the other way around. Everybody else has to drink because of me, and that's just yeah, just
it's all good. Okay,
a good
so
feeling.
we there's a big chunks of this that are gonna have to be deleted. I'm totally lost my train of thought. We were talking about Tommy. Oh, we were talking about karma.
Yes.
We were talking about karma.
Yes.
Okay, so I honestly, and not just because it was Crosby, but I don't know, maybe about 80% of me feels like, thank you, karma, to see him finally get a penalty. Finally. And no questions. And because you know what I have a problem with? I mean, other than all of the antics that everyone can't stand the guy, whatever. He's a damn good hockey player, regardless of what jersey he's wearing. So you can't take his skill away. But what I can stand is when there's poor sportsmanship or terrible attitudes, and it's, you know, like the tantrum on the sidelines, on whatever sport. That I can't tolerate. So for him yesterday, I didn't understand how when McGuire was, he's talking and he's got his love fest with the Pens and whatever. And Sidney goes over and is like, wanting to see the play-by-play of, was it the one where they recalled the goal?
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
Was it that? And I don't know, and I thought, wait a second, you don't see any other players going over to, Alan May when he's, reporting, or, and here you have Pierre McGuire, and it's like, wait a second, Crosby, like, how come you get to go over there and throw a tantrum and demand to see all these things, and no one says anything? That's the kind of stuff that I can't stand, that he, has that I'm an exception. That's one of the reasons why people can't. It's not his skill level. I mean, everyone knows he is a good player. He's an amazing player. But it's just that attitude. And I like that our players don't have that. And so
I would agree.
Yeah. So, and I think, you and I talked before that we're not going to get into this trash talking thing. It's not necessary. Like, going to Pittsburgh is going to be really tough tomorrow. Really tough. But you know what? Those fans, if they opt to, not all of them, but maybe the majority of them, opt to be dirty and classless and whatever else, we're so much better than that. We are so much better than that, and we do not have to go to their level. And this isn't every Pens fan, because there's some jerky Caps fans too. I've been around where you're like, all right, are you here to just pick a fight, or are you actually here to watch the game? But I think we are, we're proud of our area, we're proud of our players, and we should only be there to root them on, to not pick a fight, to not trash talk, to not, do anything. Unfortunately, this is the nature of playoffs in every sport. You've got the rivalry, and it just goes totally nuts, and you've got the Predators throwing catfish or whatever it is on the ice, and it's like everyone's got something going down. But we need to rock the red in a classier, more respectful manner, or continue to, I should say.
Absolutely. And that is, I think that's really very well said, Anna. That's all that needs to be said about that part of it. And so I want to wrap this up by taking about a couple minutes here. I went public on Facebook and said the Caps might have gotten jobbed, or not the Caps, the Penguins might have gotten jobbed on that goal that was called back. I've had the opportunity to look at some other angles,
right,
every possible angle, and some hypothetical ones that were shown, especially on Twitter. You'll find them. Just do enough searching, you'll find them.
Right.
Say what you want about the refs, they got it right. And Toronto, they got it right. Mike Milbury came on and made a whole crapload big deal, as he always does, about whiteness, white shavings. He saw white. I could go a totally different direction with this, but I won't.
Right.
Between the line and the puck,
Right.
which constitutes that, per the rule, the puck went over the line completely. Well, not so. Number one, the white he saw was ice shavings, skate shavings, covering the outer edge of the puck.
Exactly.
Against the line. Number two, you have to have a definitive overhead view that shows the puck completely crossing the line. And if you know anything, here I am, I'm pretending I'm a math teacher again, but if you know anything about geometry and angles, okay, the puck can appear to be across the line on one view if you look at it at eye level. But you have to look at it from the overhead view to actually determine if the whole puck crossed the whole line. Okay, and number one, there was no definitive view of that. Number two, in a simulated view, they showed, I think this was Hockey Night in Canada that did it, they showed that it is possible to see, quote unquote, see the puck cross the whole line at eye level. But at an overhead view, you can clearly see that it hadn't.
Right.
It's a bit of an optical illusion. And since Toronto and the refs, amongst themselves, did not have a definitive view of the whole puck crossing the whole line from an overhead angle, they decided that the call on the ice would stand.
Right.
Thus settleth the debate. Shut your mouth, Mike Milbury.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Oh, I think you're long past started.
Yeah. I hate that guy. And I don't hate a lot of people,
Oh, everybody
but I hate
does.
him.
It ding dong.
But then why do they? I can think of so many other people I would rather listen to than Mike frickin' Milbury.
Oh,
I hate the guy.
NBC's lineup sucks. Just
does.
about from top to frickin' bottom. Ray Ferraro, man, I got tired of him. And the other guy they have, I don't even know his name, but he is
annoying.
To quote, I can't believe I'm doing all the cussing here, but to quote Good Morning Vietnam, he is as boring as whale shit.
Yeah, I agree. And Mike Milbury, I just feel like, hey, you know what? You're a little. I don't even know what you. I don't. Never mind. No, We're not gonna dwell on the negative. We're gonna keep. They got the win. We're gonna keep this positive flow going. You know, a lot of bad stuff we're walking into here, but I think going into Game 3 tomorrow evening, the Caps weathered a storm for the first 10 minutes. I think they'll be a little bit more relaxed, less trying to make diamonds out of the graphite sticks that they have now. And you're damn right, Bella. Look on cue.
Yeah. I think they'll approach the game a lot better, and hopefully they get out to the same big start and know that they have to keep that up. No pressure, playing in front of the home crowd and all that. I think they will be fine as long as they keep up that spirit.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Right.
And you know what? Just this was the one thing that kept sticking out in my head. Even if they had called that goal in favor, the game would have been 4-2. But it doesn't matter. You know, it's like we won regardless of that call. So enough already. Like I don't want to hear about it anymore. So that was the one thing that irritated me. But I feel like they are going to go in with this ride of saying, you know what, we did beat them on home ice, and we can do it. So let's do it again tomorrow and Thursday, you know, and let's do it. And so I'm feeling good. If you and I do 1 minute live tomorrow, just for superstitious reasons, bring it on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so there's a ton of things to be edited in this episode, but that's okay. That's typical. I feel like we haven't done this in a while. It's been kind of weird.
I don't think it was that bad.
All right, well, you listen to it. You listen to it and have a couple more of those key lime shots, and you'll be like, we are hilarious.
Yeah, we are.
So it's all good times. Well, all right, I'm going to go make dinner. And
okay, so
my round two.
Yep, absolutely. So so obviously we're going to wrap it up here. We hear the dinner bell ringing. So for Anna-noyance, this is the Blue Liner on Point signing off and reminding you that now that spring is finally here, it's okay to go wet your plants. Hallelujah! Let's go Caps.
Go Caps.
This has been another episode of the Power Play Point podcast. All episodes are available from Apple Podcasts, the Podbean app, blueliner77.podbean.com, and now available from Stitcher. Music by Joe McAllister, voiceover by Jeffrey Conkle.
I know red, I green.